Welcome. I am so excited. Supercharge week. Yes, man. We're going to get started, guys, in just a little bit. We're going to get started in just a little bit, guys, in about 2 minutes. We're going to go ahead and rock and roll. My name is Marlo Davis. I am your wealth creator, and welcome to Supercharge Your Business Week. We're going to be dropping some amazing tips, some amazing information to get you prepared for the Supercharge Your Business and Increase Your Profit Bootcamp that is going to be held November, I think it's 8th, 9th, and 10th in a private mansion with a private chef that's going to be cooking up the delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinner, guys. We're so excited about that. But the information that you're going to receive is going to help you supercharge your business and truly increase your profits. So we're going to get started, guys, in about one more minute. We'll go ahead and get started. I'm so excited to be here. So welcome to Supercharge Your Business Week. Can't find my straw. Give me a minute. And you want to go ahead, guys, and grab pen and paper. Make sure you're able to take notes, because the information that I'm going to share is definitely going to help you with your business. So please make sure that you grab pen and paper. We're going to get started, guys. And let's give it another minute. We'll go ahead and rock and roll with this thing. Thank you so much for being here. Those who are watching it live, thank you for being here at 2 o'clock. We're going to be here Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this week. Unless something happened, we know life happens. And if so, we definitely will give you guys an update and let you know, hey, listen, we changed the time. That's our protocol. That's how we do it. But by God's grace and permission, we'll be here this week at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to help you supercharge your business and increase your profits. This is our week, guys, that we get prepared for the conference, that the boot camp that's coming up, just to give you some little, I would say, some little samples, if you will, a little appetizer for the main course that's happening in November. So we're going to go ahead and get started, guys, in about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll give you the website before we get started, and then in turn, we're going to give it to you after we finish with this. And I'm so excited, guys. So let's go ahead and let's get ready for Supercharge Your Business Week. Okay, welcome. Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Again, like I said, my name is Marlo Davis. I am your wealth creator. I'm gonna have to put that back on so I can see my notes in just a minute. But I just want to say welcome, guys. Thank you for being here. I am so excited. I always get excited for Supercharge Week, Impact Week, whatever we're doing. We always, a few weeks before, we always do our Supercharge or Impact or whatever conference that we're doing. We go ahead and come to the social media community, our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. We come, YouTube, we come to our audience and give you something a little special. So you can say, you know what? It's time for me to stop making excuses and start making it happen. And let me go ahead and supercharge and get registered for this event. So our Supercharge Your Business and Increase Your Profit Bootcamp is going to be held, I think, November the 9th and 10th. Is 8th, 9th, and 10th. The 8th is going to be that Friday. It's going to be a private reception, VIP reception, where we're going to have our chef to come in and cook, and just going to fellowship and network with everybody. The 9th and the 10th is the actual boot camp training, where it's going to be held in a private mansion. You guys remember in July, we were in Puerto Rico. Before that, we was in Atlanta, where we are back in Atlanta, in a beautiful, beautiful mansion. We never disclose where. We only give it to people the week of or the week before the event, those who have already registered, because we want to keep the location private and respect the owners of those beautiful mansions. So we get in about the information on just really giving you tips and giving you information that we use, my husband and I use every day in our business. For those who don't know, we started a new program. We started building some programs online and automating it and doing a lot. Don't really want to get into that right now. We discussed that more at the boot camp, but we made 6 figures in 4 months. And then if we thought we were just playing around or messed up, we did another 6 figures in 3 months. And we're on target, guys, for multiple 7 figures. So I'm so excited about that, because it has been a tremendous journey. It really, really has. It has been hard work and smart work, and really, really utilizing those who have already done it, learning from them, being humble, being teachable, being coachable, and being willing to sit down and do the work and implement the strategies that we knew that would help us to supercharge our business. And so now what we do is we share those strategies, those tips and things with you guys, so you can be able to supercharge your business as well. So today we're going to talk about the art of storytelling. Now, a lot of people have heard this, especially those who've been in direct sales or network marketing or any real business structure. You will hear people say facts tell and stories sell. Let me back this up a little bit. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, facts tell, stories sell. Now, what I want to share with you before I start getting into some of these points that I want to give you is, I've heard that predominantly ever since I became a business owner, like in my 30s, and I'm in my 40s now. And I used to hear all the time, facts tell, story sells, fact tell, story sells. But you really don't, you got to hear something over and over and over and over again. And then something happens where it hits you, you get it. You're like, okay, I understand. Because what I have noticed, that running ads, okay, because we do ads, we do Google ads, Facebook, we do ads, okay, running ads, me coming off like a commercial, when I look at that ad, it never really performed very, very well. But when I do an ad where I'm telling a story, I'm sharing some inspiration and information, that ad always shoot up to the roof. It always outperform any of the ads that I've done or commercials I've done where I sat down and just drop facts. And that right there speaks volumes to understanding what people mean when they say facts tell, stories sell. Because most people, and I'm just checking doing a little check before I get deep down in here to make sure you guys can see me, but no problem. Give me 1 minute. Okay, let's make sure it's loading. Okay, you guys should be able to see me. Okay, so basically, I have noticed that when we shared stories, testimonies, which I'm going to share about that in just a minute, we've always gotten customer after customer after customer. And so today, what I want to share with you is some points that I think you should consider to help you to grow your business. Now, I'm telling you, this has really, really tremendously grown my business. And we really dive into long form, short form, when we talk about writing our ads, our copies, and things of that nature. We did get into that with the boot camp. But here, what I want to do is just give you some, as I said, some appetizers to help you that you can implement right now, even before you even attend the boot camp. You can start implementing right now to increase your profits. So the main reason why stories make people pay attention to you is the suspense factor. We all want to know what happened next. That's the reason why stories, when you start to tell stories, people, they will read. Now, I used to go to these trainings, right? I would go to these trainings and they would say, they would talk about the long form and the short form in writing your message and things of that nature. And when I would look at the long form and it would be storytelling, I was like, who's going to sit there and read all of that stuff? Who's going to read it? And guys, it seemed like those who were really writing it out, telling the story, and they will write the whole thing out, telling the story from start to finish. And there's a science even in telling your stories. At the end, they would share their link, and when they would do the figures to be able to see how to track, the sales, how many people go looking at it from their cell phone, from their laptop, whatever, the main computer. And they would look at the genres, and they would look at the age groups, and they would look at, is it male, female, whatever. And we would look at this and we were like, oh my God, it seems like the people who were really, really in detail about their story or testimony, it really moved the audience. And so therefore they were compelled to buy. Remember, if you can touch someone's, I like to say, red spot or their heart or their mind, they are oftentimes compelled to buy. So the most effective way to start your story is with a great hook. A hook is a single sentence or phrase that demonstrates to your audience why they should listen to your story. Why should they listen to you? And an example of a hook that I've used before, I remember I said, abandoned with 4 children in a home that wasn't mine, trying to figure out, what do I do next? You understand? I say it again. This was just a single hook, a little hook that you're out there fishing, looking for people. This is what I would see. This is what I would put down here. And let me make sure. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, awesome. So this is what I would use. And most people, they would automatically click on it. Abandoned with 4 children in a house that wasn't mine, trying to figure out, what do I do next? Another one I've done is broke, busted, disgusted, and confused. Sick and tired of worrying about money. And I would go into my story. I never gave the ending really, really quick. Like, I was broke, busted, and disgusted and confused and didn't know what I was going to do next. But I'm so very grateful. I found a mentor and now I'm earning 6 figures. Okay, no. That's you're giving the ending right away. You don't want to do that. You want to talk about, it's all about relating. I remember when we would do a presentation, I remember this one guy, oh my God, taught me years ago. When we stand in front of a room, of course, they would edify us. And what is his name? Cedric Penn. That's his name, Cedric Penn. I remember I learned about how he would break down the storytelling. Hey, Cedric, if you're watching, how he would break it down, and he taught his leaders. We was one of his leaders, and I was one of his leaders. And basically, he would talk about, when someone comes up and they edify you, edification, meaning that they giving all your accolades, what you've done, who you impacted, how much money you made, how many people you helped, how you're having fun doing it, you knowledge-based, hitting all the different personalities, the 4 personalities. After that, when you come up, now you got to drop back down so you can relate to the people, so the people can relate to you. You got to let people know, yeah, you heard everything that this person said about me, but that wasn't always the way it was. And now you get into your storytelling. You talk about, what you've been through, this, that, and the other, and then you bring it towards the end of where you are today and how now you're going to help them. And I remember he talked about that. He even broke down the presentation on talking about the product and the leadership and the vision and all that stuff like that. He broke that stuff down. And so that right there stuck with me. But as I continue to become a leader in different businesses, I started to understand when I would see leader after leader, millionaire after millionaire, when they would stand in front of the room, they always were so excellent at telling stories. They understood that people were moved by stories. You can stand up all day and break down the facts of how many Americans in debt, the employment rate, the this, and the other. You can do that starting off and you won't get anybody. But if you can tell the story from the beginning and then in turn put those facts in there, people will bite. They will bite. And that's what we do. So a hook is a single sentence, a phrase that demonstrates to your audience why they should listen to your story. Start to think about some hooks. Start to think about, writing stories. Look at where you are today. Okay. What can you say where you can share what your past was, how you were struggling to now where you are today, and how the knowledge now that you have, how you can help others, because it's all about helping others. You help people get what they want. You've heard it numerous times. You're going to get what you want. You feel a need, indeed. When you find a need, feel a need, you'll be wealthy indeed. That's what my mentor said. Find a need, feel a need, you'll be wealthy indeed. So we're talking about the story, the art of storytelling. And the first thing said, the most effective way is to start your story with a great hook. What is a hook? It's a single sentence, a phrase that demonstrates to your audience why they should listen to your story. The next thing, guys, is you have to also know how to tell stories in order for it to boost your selling tactic. You got to know how to tell stories. And if you don't know how to tell stories, the second thing that I would say is share from the heart. Share from your heart. Don't make up anything. Tell the truth. Share from your heart. Don't be afraid to be transparent. Don't be afraid to let down your guard, to let people see that you're human. The best stories that come from sharing from your heart is testimonies, okay? Those who have been following me either on my regular page, Jean Marlo Davis, or my fan page, Miss Jean Marlo Davis, you guys know I share a lot of testimonies, because testimonies give you validation without you bragging about yourself. It's somebody else telling how their experience with you, how it has benefited them, whether mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally, or relationship-wise. We collect stories. That's why we say as a wealth creator, we are telling the stories of lives transformed, because we understand that the greater the story, the greater reward, the greater the benefit of telling the story. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that when you're sharing from the heart. As we said, you start off with that hook of something that people can relate to, and then you get into the story, and then boom, that's when you make your offer or your call to action. Now, testimonies, I just like, sometimes it has been times where I have done an ad where I said, guys, listen, it's not oftentimes that you get to hear something amazing. This is the hook. Listen to what I'm saying. It's always a sentence, a phrase. I say, and I never say, hey guys, you don't want to get permission to tell the story. Hey guys, is it okay if I tell you the story? No, you don't want to do that. But the way I do it, like if I'm doing an ad, a Facebook ad or YouTube ad, which is Google ads, or is Instagram, whatever, I start off with, guys, listen. And I might pause so they can see that this is something that I'm telling from my heart. It's tactics to everything. I said, guys, it's not often that you can find testimonies like these. You just can't make this stuff up. And I'm going to share with you right now one of my most powerful testimonies. I'm telling you, this right here had me in tears. And I want to share with you how when we say our goal is to tell the stories of lives transformed, we absolutely, positively mean it. Then I go into the testimony. Guys, after I read the testimony that someone has bear witness to what it is that we're doing and how we're helping people to grow, then I say, guys, listen. I don't know about you, and I don't know what you're struggling with. I don't know where you are in your business or your life or your career. But all I know is, as you heard Lisa, Tom, or Chris, or Eric talk about what we were able to do for them, all I know is we have a certain set of skills that has been tested time and time again. And I know that if you're struggling right now with dust, I know that we can help you. What I want you to do right now is click on the link below. Make sure you follow the link, put your information in correctly so we can contact you, so we can give you a free 15-minute consultation to help you with your dreams and goals. My name is Jean Marlo Davis. I am a wealth creator, and so are you. And I might say I close with one of my taglines. You can have, be, do anything. So, guys, I just gave you a hook. I just gave you how I went in and gave the testimony. I just gave you how I closed it. And I just gave you a call to action. See, it's a science to doing all of this. We're talking about this is Supercharge Your Business and Increase Your Profit Week. All week long, we're going to be coming here at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my fan page, facebook.com/Your Wealth Creator. That's me, Jean Marlo Davis. I'm going to be doing this at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. Unless something happened that we have no control over, then in turn, you will be alerted and we'll let you know if the time changed. So let's get into, we said, given the most effective way to start your story is with a great hook. We said what a hook is. We said share from the heart testimonies. That's why you want to go beyond the call of duty. You want to collect testimonies. I know some people, they don't like to be on screens, and I understand that. A lot of people get nervous when you record them. Some people have a fit when you take a picture of them, so I don't press our clients, but I say, look, can you just use your pen? Can you just write up a testimony for us so we can share it? And a lot of times they don't want to share the name. They might share initial and last name, or first name and last name initial. But anyway, we really, 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 really appreciate your testimonies, guys, because we are telling the stories of lives transformed, and we can't do that if we do not go out here and we help people who are struggling. We help people who sincerely want to build a tremendous business, who want to go out there and help people, want to be able to teach people, educate people, train people to live a certain life the way they want to live. And so when we are able to, whether we coached you, whether you came to a workshop, a seminar, whatever we've done, whether you had trouble with taxes and finances, I don't know. But when we're able to go the extra mile, like our dear friend said do in the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, he talks about going the extra mile. When we do it, people know that we're serious. Like I said in one testimony, that this one lady, I shared with her story, what she was going through, how we was able to help her. But one of the things that I learned in business is being relatable to people, being relatable, not fake, but being relatable to people. Where I remember one of my clients, she said she was, I think it was a tax client. I shared this testimony the other day. She told me that her 5-year-old was going to be performing, 5 or 6 year old was going to be performing. She told me what school, and I just asked questions like, just in passing, like, what time is going to be? What day is that? I said, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So she did not know that I was gathering information to come to her child's play. And when I came to the play, I showed up and I was sitting where she could see me. And when I looked over and we caught eyes, and I waved and nodded to her, and she nudged her husband and she pointed like, that's Jean. Oh my God. She came. She said, and I read her lips. She said, why are you here? And I said, because of your child. And she was like, what? And I could see the tears start streaming down her face because she was just a tax client. She was someone who owed the IRS a lot of money. We settled the debt for her, but she shared about her little child. I said, you know what? If I'm available, I'm going to go. And I went. And guys, that one customer, I don't know how many referrals she has given me, not because we did an excellent job and we settled the debt. She was very, very grateful for that. But it was because we showed up at her daughter's recital, building relations, understanding family, occupation, recreation, money. This is how we build business, guys. This is how we build. And so, I'm not going to get into all that. We talk about all that stuff at the boot camp, but that testimony in itself, I share it over and over and over again. That testimony, when people hear it, they say, oh man, I need somebody like that. I need somebody who cares. And so, make sure you're in the caring business when you're in business. If you're in business, make sure you care about your people. Don't just look at your people as a dollar bill. Don't just look at them as, I just got to get this money and that's it. Look at this is an individual, a living, talking, walking, breathing individual, just like yourself, that want the same things that you want, or even more or less. But still, if you can look at people and treat people the way you want to be treated, I'm telling you right now, your business will supercharge, it will skyrocket. And I had to learn that myself, being in business, that we are in the people business. Yes, we have our tax and financial company. Yes, we have our coaching business. Yes, we do workshops and seminars. Yes, we do all that stuff. But we are in the people business. And one book I would definitely recommend you get is How to Win Friends and Influence People. You can Google who wrote that, but How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's a great book. And so listen, so we're talking about testimonies. We're talking about the art of telling stories. So I said, share from the heart. The best stories or testimonies. Testimonies give you validation without you bragging about yourself. Another thing I want to share as I wrap up these tips for today is to be 100% yourself. When you're telling the story, okay? When you're telling the story, if you are a person, I'm getting a glare on my glasses. If you are a person that tear up, you get a little emotional. I'm not saying break down and have a fit, but there's nothing wrong with being 100% you, because that's what people are buying. They're not buying carbon copies of other people. People are coming to your workshop, your seminars. People are signing up for your consultations. People are buying your products because they're buying you. When you can understand that people are buying you, you will be more authentic. You will be unapologetically yourself. You will give yourself permission to succeed. You won't worry about what people think about you. You would just make sure that you are the best version of yourself and get better every day, better every day, better every day, working on your craft every day. And the more and more I think about that, I think about myself and I say, Jean, you are incredible. You're excellent at telling stories. You're excellent at serving. Because you know why? Because I'm a heart person, a heart, H-E-A-R-T person. I really, really care. I really care about people, because in this world today, so many people are suffering from so many things. So many people are going through so many things. The news in itself, guys, is not always encouraging. And if you can be a light in all these things, let me turn this stuff off. Goodness. If you can be a light at the end of the tunnel for someone, okay? If you can be a light where people can come to you and they can see clearly and see that, oh my God, this person is the solution to what I've been going through. See, when my clients pay $5,000 or $10,000 for coaching, and we sit up there we have our video producer that record their business commercials, and we build the funnel, and we help them build the funnel, and we do the advertising, we help them with all that. When we come with that, listen, they know we're not playing games, man. We're here to make sure, we get your testimony, because we want to keep telling stories, because we want people to understand our job is to tell the stories of lives transformed. Our job is to impact 1 billion lives before we leave this planet. Our job is to always make sure that we can help people to live a better life. This is why I'm just so very grateful and thankful to God for blessing me to be where I'm at today, and blessing me to go through everything that I needed to go through. The mentors I've had, the coaches I've had, the businesses that I've been affiliated with, the training, countless hours, over 10,000 plus hours of training. Man, it did not turn up void. And I'm very grateful for that. So when telling your stories, when you're doing your ads, or maybe even doing a Facebook Live or whatever you're doing, make sure that you be 100% yourself. Don't go in with the thought of, what are people thinking about? What are people saying about me? That's none of your business. None of your business at all. What you should be going in is, what is my message? What do I want people to know? How can they take immediate and massive action? And what am I ending my broadcast or my ad, the call to action or whatever? How am I ending it? And that's what you got to understand when you're telling stories. The art of storytelling is there's a structure, starting off with the hook, the body, wrapping that thing up, having the call to action, really making sure that you followed the formula, but also 100% being yourself. When you're yourself, your incredible self, unapologetically you. Let me tell you something as I wrap this up. See, I wasn't going to even say this, but it's on my spirit to say it. Okay? As I wrap this broadcast up, and I'm getting better because I'm doing less than an hour. Yay, yay. What freed me from worrying about how people saw me, what people thought about me, was a couple of years ago when we put our dear mom to rest, Minnie Gamble, may she rest in peace. 2017, December the 26th, my mom passed. And my family and I, my dear husband, all of us had to come together to, celebrate my mom's life. And to do that, that was one of the hardest things. That year was hard with her decline. But when we had to put her in the ground, knowing that on this plane of existence, we won't see her anymore. Guys, she went and got her wings. But I think also she gave all her children wings. And when the minister at the church said that we all need salt in our life, he said, yes, you have the sugar, but he said, he was telling a story about the cake and how his sister baked the cake and the cake didn't taste right because she forgot the salt or whatever the case may be. Now, a lot of people don't put salt. They use just butter because butter has the salt in it. But anyway, he was talking about we all need salt, and that gives us our wings. And when I thought about that, I thought about when I saw my mom and they lowered that thing. And I think for me, it just gave me permission to be 100% myself and not worry about what people think about me, what people say about me. I can give a rat's you know what. And so when I began to just focus on what it is in my heart and to be able to share from my heart, to be able to tell my truth, to unapologetically be myself, 100% myself. Guys, it's so funny. My business went up. It just began to climb. And I said, what changed? I was asking my husband, I said, what changed? You know, we've been working and being in various businesses and, you know, having our traditional business and doing different home-based business. And, you know, I was successful in some of these things and some of them I wasn't. And, you know, I wanted to get to the high income, but it didn't happen. But I did get to some leadership position and make some good money. But when we decided to focus on our business, decided to set the structure up of telling the stories of lives transformed, helping people to win in their skin, helping people to be unapologetically themselves, letting them know that yes, your personal and business is really kind of tied together, man. You know, people say, oh, you know, you keep your personal away from the business. Don't get too close to people, this, that. Look, anybody tell you that, tell them to go sit down somewhere, because listen, you're going to get close to people, especially when you're building a business. You're going to get close. You want to know their children's name. You want to know their husband, their wife's name. You want to know the special event. You want to know their birthday. I would say that's getting real downright personal. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a lot of things that I had to learn. But when we put our mom to rest, it made me realize that, you know what, Jean, you better live your life to the fullest and stop worrying about what people think and go for it. And that itself have made the difference. So let me just go back over here and just end it with this. If you want your business to increase, if you want to grow your business, stop just starting off with a bunch of facts. Give people, I'm going to do it in the order. Start telling stories. The main reason why stories make people pay attention to you is the suspense factor. They always want to know what happened next. Make the most effective way to start your story is with a great hook. A hook is a single sentence, a phrase that demonstrates to you, your audience, why they should listen to you. I gave you some examples. If you missed it, go back through this broadcast, watch it again. I said, share from the heart. Share from the heart. The best stories are testimonies. Testimonies give you validation without you bragging. It's letting other people know they're bragging about you. They're edifying you. They're sharing what you've done for them. So that's a great way of telling stories. And then last but not least, be 100% of yourself. Be you, unapologetically you. You know, and you don't have to be ugly. You don't have to be, you know, this is me. This is just how I, no. You don't have to do all that. You don't have to be using a lot of F-bombs and a bunch of cuss words. And yeah, that's just how I am. That's just, listen, you don't have to do all that. Just be you. Be you. People are always watching. People are always observing. Be 100% yourself. Tell the stories of lives transformed. Guys, I'm telling you, if you begin to start telling stories, collecting testimonies, asking your clients for testimony, asking your clients to give you your email so you can share testimonies with them, your business will supercharge. And so, guys, I just want to say thank you. Congratulations for day one of Supercharge Your Business and Increase Your Profit Week. The art of telling stories, the art of telling stories. Make sure you watch this again, watch it again, share it, like it, share it. Make sure you guys, you understand that your business will increase. Facts tell, stories sells. And if you want your products and service to sell, tell more stories. Now, we will be having our Supercharge Your Business and Increase Your Profit Bootcamp coming up November. I think it's the 8th, 9th, and 10th, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is going to be the reception. Saturday, Sunday is going to be the bootcamp. We're going to open up the book, our playbook, to show you how we earn 6 figures in 4 months, turned around, did it again in 3 months. We're going to show you what we're doing, how we're doing it in 2020. A lot, the 444 plus one more program. We're going to share with you everything that you need to know about automation, how to build a product, how to build a funnel, how to market your business, everything that you need to know. We have it at the Supercharge Your Business and Increase Your Profit Bootcamp. And all week this week, it has been super duper discounted. So it's been discounted, guys. If you were going to buy a ticket, this is the week to buy a ticket. And all you have to do is go to www.twceliteMMevents.com. That's www.twceliteMMevents.com. And if you missed the website, no problem. If you go back and read the description of this broadcast, you will see it right there in the description. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, need help in coaching right now, inbox me so I can get in touch with you and we can see how we can supercharge your business and increase your profits. My name is Jean Marlo Davis. I am a wealth creator. You're a wealth creator too. And I want you to know in totality that you can have, be, do anything. Join us tomorrow, God willing, at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we come back with day 2 of Supercharge Your Business and Increase Your Profit Bootcamp. Go ahead and register right now, twceliteMMevents.com. Get your seat because it will sell out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with day 2. Tell the stories of lives transformed. Take care.